Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Floyd Dobb Field here at the campus of Milledgeville High School. I'm Kyle Leach, on your area sports leader, WCCI, joined tonight by the living legend himself, Brian Roosh, as I don't get to call many games with you, so this is kind of a treat for me.
Right, well, thank you, Kyle, and it's great to work with you. I'm switching seats because it was hard to come up with a color commentator tonight, and I love a chance to come over here to Milledgeville and check things out.
Yep, it's hard to believe another high school season is upon us, Brian. Where does the summer go?
Oh, my goodness, it flew by.
Yes, absolutely. As we should have a good one here tonight. And 8-man action, the Milledgeville Missiles and the River Ridge Wildcats, two teams that met last year. With the Missiles winning that one 66-14. Milledgeville finished 7-4 last year, losing in the quarterfinals. River Ridge went 4-5. They let a couple games get away that Coach Doug Nicholas said they should have won, maybe, that got them into the playoffs. But I'm expecting a much closer game here tonight than last year's matchup, Brian.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kyle, and I tried to get both coaches to say it's a rivalry, but they both kind of hesitated, especially Coach Nicholas. He was saying, well, you have to be competitive to make it a rivalry, and I tell you what, I think tonight that could be that game.
Yeah, like I said, they return more than what the Missiles do. Missiles got some young sophomores that are going to be stepping up tonight as well, but River Ridge going to be led by George Winter, Seth Nicholas, two key returners from last year, and Milledgeville, their key piece is do it all, everything quarterback counter nine. That's a big piece to have back for them as well.
Yeah, I think it all starts with Nye on the Milledgeville side of things, and a little balance on the River Ridge side. You've got those upperclassmen to kind of lean on, and I think you'll see them really carry the load early.
Yeah, as heat could be a factor here tonight. It is pretty humid yet, not like it has been the last couple days, Brian, but I know that's probably affected practice schedules and everything. It's been kind of a trying week for both coaches, I'm sure.
Yeah, it has been, and we heard in the pregame show that Milledgeville kind of went with let's go into the evening and play under the lights, and River Ridge did a lot of morning sessions. There's no wrong answer as long as you keep the players safe.
Yeah, we'll see which one had the right answer at the final outcome of this game.
So it'll be like a poll, yeah.
It'll be a poll. So we'll go over the starting lineups here for both teams maybe before we get into the anthem here, as we're a few minutes away from kickoff. So starters tonight, first for the River Ridge Wildcats on offense, going to be quarterback Damon Dittmer, running back George Winter. He's a 6'3 senior. Damon Dittmer, a 6-foot junior. Running back Seth Nicholas, a 6'3 senior. Wide receiver David Buck, a 6-foot junior. Tight end Joseph Winter, a 6'5" junior. Offensive line is Ben Richmond, a 6-foot senior. Center Lucas Howland, a 6-foot senior. Offensive lineman Brian Appleby, a 5'9" senior. Defensively, most of the same names. Defensive line is Appleby. Defensive line Logan Keller, 6'3" junior. Then we got Nicholas at linebacker, Winter at outside linebacker, middle linebacker Richmond, strong safety George Winter, cornerback David Buck, and the other cornerback Damon Dittmer. They're coached by Doug Nicholas, assisted by Josh Reeves and Jared Burledge. Now for the Milledgeville Missiles, offensively tonight we got led by quarterback Connor Nye, 5'10 senior, running back Connor Johnson, a 5'11 sophomore, fullback Micah Tom Smith, a junior, 5'11 junior, tight end Carter Lovingood, a 5'11 sophomore, Bryce McKenna at tight end, a 5'8 senior, guards are Dalton Automek, a 6-foot junior, and Jacob Prompenschikel, a 5'9 senior. Center is Bruce Raymond, a 5'11 senior. Defensively, same thing, 7 of 8 starters for both teams play both ways, Brian. So we have defensive end is Adamek, nose guard Raymond, the other defensive end Carter Livingood. Linebackers are Micah Tom Smith, Connor Nye, Bryce McKenna, cornerback Connor Johnson, and one not starting on offense, the other cornerback Evan Shank, a 5'6", 155-pound sophomore, coached by Jason Roble, assisted by Brad Gnoble, Austin Caravia, Cal Engelkins, and Cameron Dautine. So I said a lot of players going to be going both ways in this heat and humidity. That will be a factor here tonight, Brian.
Yeah, and I think the officials are aware of that. You'll probably see a few water breaks along with the allotted timeouts for each team.
Yep, now we're going to cut away for the national anthem. We'll be back for kickoff between the Missiles and the Wildcats. won the toss, Brian, but River Ridge elected to receive, I do believe.
Yeah, we were not paying attention. We saw the end of that sequence, and the Wildcats will get the ball first to put the missile defense out there. And with the dry conditions, the field looks great. The paint job is phenomenal.
Yes,
it is incredible.
I would agree. They got one of the top-notch paint crews around this area, from what I've been told.
And I tell you what, I heard they were out here at 5:30 the other morning working.
Yeah, yes, I can verify that. That is true. Yeah.
You were supervising in your big giant cart.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. I'll let you handle the officials. You probably know the official crew here tonight. Do you?
I know most of them, and I did get their names here, so we'll talk about them. We've got Ryan Zemek, Eric Hesselbacher, Cody Grove, Corey Kreider, and Tim Zemek.
And very thankful for those guys. They're getting fewer and fewer, so without those guys here, we would not be here tonight. So
yeah, that's right. And just wait until the season gets rolling. Officials around the area will be going Thursday, Friday, and maybe twice on Saturday.
Yeah, I did see a few Thursday games already even this week in the area, and I know a couple more tomorrow as well. We're set just about ready for action here. Missiles going to be in their new alternate orange home jerseys this year, debuting here tonight. On their orange jerseys, black lettering, black numbers with the black helmet, black pants. River Ridge in the road white uniforms, got the navy blue helmet with cats on the side. White jerseys, white pants with gray and blue, gray lettering with blue trim.
I noticed those Missiles uniforms there. As soon as they walked out of the locker room pretty much and headed down this way, I said, those are really sharp.
Yes, I just received them maybe this week. I think Coach Robo surprised the team this week with they got a couple alternate options I've heard this week, and this is one of them. So always makes it a little more fun for the kids, adds a little excitement. Nye with the kickoff. And going to be bounced down inside about the 20-yard line where Dittmer's going to pick it up. Going to get up the sideline, get through one tackle. Connor Nye going to bring him down. As the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10, about on their own 27-yard line, it looks like.
Dittmar did a nice job letting that ball kind of hit and deaden, and then he fielded it because it's a live ball, and he just made sure that he was able to track that down and not mishandle it, because you'd sure as heck hate to have a turnover on the opening kick.
Yep, so Dittmer looks like going to be out of shotgun formation with Nicholas and Winter. Nicholas to his left, Winter to his right. Going to be a snap and hand it to Winter right up the middle. He's got a nice hole there. Good gainer up the middle right away, tackled by McKenna. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards.
Nice spin move when he was first hit, and he was able to kind of spin away from that would-be tackler and pick up 3 more yards for a total of about 7.
Yep, second and number 3 here. Ball on the Wildcat 35-yard line. Going to go under center now is Dittmer. I formation behind him. And going to fake it, and he's going to be pressured by Adamick, and he's going to be sacked to the backfield. Adamick as well as Spencer Nye back there. Has tried to play action, and they didn't fool the Missiles on that one, Brian.
No, great read there by the Missiles, and they were able to get pressure. And when Damon Dittmar kind of turned up to look for a receiver, it was nothing but orange shirts.
Loss of about 5 on the play. Be 3rd and 8 now for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 29-yard line.
It's a good defensive play there. You move from a 2nd and short to a 3rd and long situation.
You're going to spread them out. 2 wide receivers out. Buck out here to the right. That's 42. Split out to the left. Dittmer going to be back to pass, and he's going to look for Winter. He puts it up, and going to have a pass interference call, I believe. On the coverage was Nye and Johnson, but Winter's going to draw a flag.
Yeah, one of those 2 defenders stepped in his way and kind of made contact as that ball was in the air.
They're there in coverage, but yeah, the contact before the ball got there.
You know, they say that defender has every right to the ball. That isn't always the way the officials see it, though.
Yes, yep.
But that was an excellent call, I think.
Yep, 15-yard flag against the Missiles.
For the Wildcats. And the ball on their own 43-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. New life here on this drive. Ball on their own 43-yard line. 10:33 here to go in the opening quarter. Milledgeville and River Ridge just underway here. Oh, and there's going to be the 2nd penalty on the Missiles. A little undisciplined here to start.
The Missiles will be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5.
Miners.
From the 48.
It was great cadence there by Damon Dittmar.
Yeah, great call there by Nicholas as well. You know, the little extra energy early on and nerves. You know, everybody's a little amped up at the beginning of a game, Brian. They're taking advantage of it. 1st and 5 now for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 48-yard line.
A lot of different formations and different play calls here out of the Wildcats early on.
Yep. Now looks like kind of the pistol formation here, maybe. Oh, no. Now they're set. More traditional shotgun. Gonna fake it. And Dittmer gonna be sacked in the backfield by Livingood all the way back to the 35-yard line. Boy, not much Dittmer could do on that one, Brian.
No, Livingood got in there fast on the blitz, and he couldn't even try the pump fake because he was wrapped up as soon as he moved that arm forward.
So 2nd down and 16 now for the Wildcats. Ball back on their own 37-yard line. 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. We'll update some scores as we get them tonight as well. And 8-man and NUIC action here tonight. Opening night of high school football here in the state of Illinois. Dittmer shotgun formation. Doubles to his right. Coming in motion is Nicholas, and they're going to feed it to Nicholas. Nicholas gets around the corner, likes to make one-man miss, and going to be finally tackled there by Johnson, but another nice gainer. Got about 7 there for Nicholas.
Gain of 7, maybe 8 on the play.
Now bring up
3rd down and 8.
Bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Another big 3rd down here. Ball
45-yard line.
on their own 45-yard line. He got around that end there and made a couple of the initial guys miss for a nice gainer there.
Yeah, and now they make it 3rd and manageable. They're still on their side of the field, but this may be 4-down territory depending on how much they pick up here.
As going to be back to pass. Dittmer going to roll out and going to be pressure, but going to throw it long. And through the hands almost. Looking there for Winter. Under pressure. Dittmer threw a pretty good ball there to the tight end there, Joseph Whitmer. But it falls incomplete. Going to be 4th and 8 now for the Wildcats. Very unique defensive missiles have run there with just 2 linemen, 2 down linemen, and it's just a bunch of linebackers that you don't really know where the pressure's coming from, Brian.
Right, yeah. And Damon looks up, and there's an orange jersey right there in his face.
As Johnson back to return for the missiles. To punt is Dittmer.
Flag on the play.
Now the first penalty on the Wildcats, I believe here, Brian.
Against the Wildcats, be a 5-yard penalty.
False start.
Will remain 4th down.
Well, Kyle, you know as well as I know that coaches hate penalties, but they're a little more willing to accept them on opening night.
Yes. Yep. So they say.
Yeah. Wink, wink, yes.
Till they get in the film room.
Yeah.
As once again, Dittmer back to punt. Gets it away. Going to be a short kick to the right side. Going to kick it away from Connor Johnson. As the Missiles will have their first offensive possession here. They're on 36-yard line.
A lot of respect shown there to Johnson. Angle it out of bounds because especially in the 8-man game, when you have a dynamic punt returner, they can change the game in a hurry.
Something the Missiles have always been known for is their special teams. For years there under Coach Digman, he always ran a real good unit, and they continue it here today. But last year they were electric in the return game. 9. Going to be shotgun formation. Split out far to the right is McKenna. Johnson in the backfield to his right. Wildcats going to go with a 4-man line. First snap for the Missiles on the season. Nye going to keep it and rush it around the right side. He's got room to run. Nye is across the 50, 45 for Bulldozers. 1, and now he's in the open field. 9 down to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Missiles, but a flag on the play. A late block down the field. It looks like it's probably going to be a first down, Brian, but maybe a late flag there thrown about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and I didn't exactly see what transpired, but you always hate to see it fly in at the tail end of the play because it looks like the runner was already past that point.
So already the 3rd penalty for the Missiles. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So, like I said, still going to be a first down, I do believe. Going to be about at the Wildcat 46, but takes down a big touchdown run for Connor Nye on the first play from scrimmage.
Ball's marked on.
Well, we heard in the pregame show the respect that Coach Nicholas has for the veteran signal caller for the Missiles, and he showed it right there. I mean, it looked like they kind of knew what the play was going to be, and they couldn't stop it.
Yeah, would have been a 64-yard touchdown run for Nye. Instead, it's a 18-yard first down run. Missiles 1st and 10, ball on the Wildcat 46. Nye out of pistol formation, gonna fake it to Johnson, hand it to Tom Smith, and he's gonna be met in the backfield. Nice play there by number 25, as that is Richmond on the tackle.
Excellent open field tackle there by Richmond, and that's one of those situations that you have to finish, and he did just that. Made the wrap up, made the stop.
Loss of 2 there for Tom Smith. 2nd down and 12 for the Missiles. Yeah, see if that penalty breathes some life into the Wildcats here. This could have been a real downer to start, but now got the Missiles behind the change. 2nd and 12. Nye under center. Gonna hand it again once to Tom Smith. Up the middle, breaks through one tackle. Gonna be tackled by Richmond and 75 in there. Holland.
And Lucas Holland.
Gain of about 5 there for Tom Smith.
Yeah, that time he bounced off Richmond, and Holland had to come over and finish things up.
3rd and 7 for the Missiles. Ball on their own 43-yard line. 7:15 here to go in this first quarter. We're still scoreless. River Ridge had it once, and Missiles still on their opening possession. So formation, Coach Roble has dialed up, or Coach Grenoble calling the offensive plays. Pistol formation, Nye with Johnson behind him. Tom Smith goes in motion, going to hand it to Johnson. Johnson going to be met near the line of scrimmage, a short gain. Once again, Richmond on the tackle. Gain of about 1, going to be about 4th and 6 here in this decision time here for Coach Roble.
That time Holland slowed him up and Richmond got the finish, but great tackling thus far for the Wildcats.
6:35 and counting here in the opening quarter. Looks like the Missiles are going to go for it. Ball on the Wildcat 42-yard line. Will be 3 wide receivers to the left. Livingood split out far to the right.
Will we see a quarterback draw here?
We'll see. Nye's going to take it. Yep, and that's what he's going to do, and he's going to lunge for it. He's going to be close. Real close. And he's going to get it. Boy, he lunged at the end, Brian, and that's going to get it. He needed 6. We'll give him 7.
Just outside the 35-yard line.
Well, you had that one pegged, Brian. Go ahead, spread him out and run up the middle.
And great field presence there by Nye. He knew what he had to get, and he knew he needed every inch and was able to lean it out. But I'm impressed thus far with River Ridge, the way they're containing him. I know the run was a little bit of an exception, but they're going to try to make sure he does not beat them.
Yep, 1st and 10 for the Missiles. Double tight end set, Nye on a shotgun. Going to pass for the first time tonight, and goes to Livingood. Pass complete. And tackled by Buck. Pretty close coverage. Going to be gain of about 5.
Tackle made by David Buck. 5-yard gain.
Yeah, no yak there as Buck wrapped him up as soon as he caught the ball. Good defensive play there by David Buck.
2nd and 5 now for the Missiles. Ball on the Wildcats' 31-yard line. 5:18 and counting here in this opening quarter. 3 wide receivers stacked to the right. Nye out of the shotgun formation. Nye takes a snap, looks to his right, gets it to Tom Smith. He's got some blockers out in front. Tom Smith runs through one tackle, still trying to fight. Going to be brought down there by Nicholas.
Smith, tackled by David Buck.
Down about the 21-yard line or 22. Gain of 9 on that play. 1st and 10 for the Missiles.
9-yard gainer play. Now 1st and 10 for the Missiles.
Well, and right now it's kind of bend, don't break for the Wildcats, and the Missiles are taking advantage of what they're getting. If you're River Ridge, you really want to stiffen up as they get close here, nearing the red zone.
4:45 and counting here in this first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on the Wildcat 22-yard line. McKenna and Tom Smith to the left. Pistol formation with Johnson behind Nye. Tom Smith goes in motion from left to right. Going to be a pitch to Johnson. Johnson looking for room, cut back, but nicely contained once again by the Wildcats. Is all over the place so far, and this one has been Richmond on the defensive end, Brian.
Yeah, the 6', 200-pound senior linebacker has been great, and he forced that one inside where he had plenty of help. And the Cats are showing one thing for sure. They're pretty sure tacklers.
Yep, another short gain. 2nd and 9 for the Missiles. Ball on the 21-yard line. Go double tight end set. I formation behind Nye, who's under center this time. Nye gonna pitch it to Spencer Nye. Nye makes one miss, but gonna be another short gain, maybe of about one. Gonna be 3rd and 8.
Gain of a yard. It's now 3rd down and 8 from the 20.
3:50 here to go in this opening quarter.
Ben Richmond has been all over the field, and that time Joseph Winter kind of slowed things up, but yeah, Richmond's having a great start to the evening.
3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left this time. Spencer Nye to the left, Tom Smith, Livingood, and McKenna to the right. Shotgun formation for Nye. Nye drops back. Going to be a middle screen thrown to McKenna, but read once again nicely by, guess who, Richmond.
Bryce McKenna. Tackle was made by Ben Richmond. Gave him a couple yards on the play.
So now,
4th down and 5.
gain about 3 there.
18-yard line.
McKenna's first catch. So 4th and 5 here, ball on the 18-yard line. Big play here early in this one, Brian.
Yeah, very key for both sides, and we'll see what Coach Grenoble has up his sleeve here.
McKenna split to the left, double tight end set. Spencer Nye beside Connor Nye in the shotgun. Gonna keep it. Connor Nye going inside. He's gonna have the first down and a little bit more. He's down close to the 10-yard line.
Tackle made by Ben Richmond and
Gain
Mason
about
Smith.
7 maybe, down to about the 11.
Spotted on the 16-yard line or the 11-yard line.
Gain of 7 there for Nye is once again. When they need a big play, they turn to Connor Nye there, Brian.
And that time it looked like the offensive line did a nice job putting up a barrier to let him get around to the edge.
1st and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on the 11-yard line of the Wildcats. Pistol formation, Spencer Nye behind Connor Nye, Tom Smith and McKenna to the left. I'm going to take the snap and give it to Spencer. Nye down inside the 10, about the 8 or 9.
Tackle was made by Ben Richmond and George Winter. Gain of 2, it's now 2nd down and 8 from the 9.
Give him 2, maybe 3 there. This will be 2nd down and 8 from the 9-yard line, says Kevin Anderson from the booth, a long-time Missile announcer here.
For as long as I can remember.
You and me both. Nye gonna keep it. Now he gets a good block from Adam. At Nye to the 5, dives for the goal line. Out of bounds. Gonna say inside the 1. I thought maybe he got the pylon, but they're saying maybe the knee was down there too, Brian. The official was right there, but it's gonna be 1st and goal for the Missiles inside the 1, it looks like.
Great block by the Missiles on Seth Nicholas. They just kind of kept him at bay so that Nye could get to the edge, and a late dive, but he's kept just short, knocked out at about the half-yard line maybe.
1:34 to go. 1st and goal for the Missiles. Double tight end set, I formation behind 9. That's Tom Smith and Johnson in the backfield. This is going to be a quarterback sneak, and Nye, Connor Nye in for the Missile touchdown. That's very impressive drive. Not the big plays like we've seen in the past, but kind of a methodical drive, converting a couple 4th downs on the way there, Brian.
Yeah, series of paper cuts, not that big play, but they just kind of kept chipping away, a couple of big 4th down conversions, and 6 points is 6 points, Kyle.
Yep, that's Connor Nye. 41 yards on that drive. And the touchdown. Now the all-important 2-point conversion. Pistol formation. Tom Smith behind Nye. Gonna pitch it to Tom Smith, and he's gonna get the corner. Tom Smith runs it in. 1:31 to go here in this opening quarter. Milledgeville 8, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on your sports leader, WCCI.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Bruce is an impressive touchdown drive there for the Missiles on that opening one, but like I said, off the area. Kind of impressed by the River Ridge defense as well, as they were pretty stout for most of that drive.
Yeah, they sure were, and Connor and I just willed himself to a couple of first downs, and that was the difference that kept that drive alive. And now for the Wildcats, they have to show that they can move the ball. This is a very important drive for them to move the football, try to flip the field, and maybe try to answer here with a touchdown of their own.
Nice set to kick off. Back deep is Winter with Nicholas and Dittmer, the upmen here for the Wildcats. Going to try the squib kick, and it's loose, and it's going to be recovered by Tom Smith as the onside kick ran to perfection there, Brian.
Yeah, great top spin or something on that kick as it kind of spun around from the Wildcat return man or up man, and that's a really tough sequence there for River Ridge, and a great heads-up play for Milledgeville.
Yep, kind of a high-risk, high-reward there. If they don't get it, the Wildcats have good field position of their own. But, yeah, squib right away from the Wildcat player. And Tom Smith with the recovery, and the Missiles are right back on offense here. 1:29 to go in the opening quarter. Nye, under center. Gonna play action, rolls to his right. Gonna air it out to Carter Livingston and just overthrows him. Had him, but just put a little too much on that one. His first incompletion of the ball game.
Mason Smith in coverage, I think, just slowed him up enough, and he had to look back for that one. It was just out of his reach.
2nd down and 10 now for the Missiles. Ball on the Wildcat 49-yard line.
And I was going to say, it's tough for the Wildcats to put their defense right back out there, but most of those guys play offense anyway, so, yeah, you're doing a little more chasing probably on defense. But
Yep. As Tom Smith up the middle with another short gain. Nicholas and Winter on the stop here. Gain of about 2 there for, maybe get closer to 3 there for Tom Smith. About 3rd and 7.
Tom Smith lost a shoe, and Ben Richmond picked it up, took it right over to him, said, here you go.
So another big down here earlier in this one. Down inside a minute to go here.
Pretty snappy first quarter, Kyle.
Yes, kind of ball control offense by both teams here. 3rd and 7 for the Missiles. Nye under center, gonna roll to his left, and he lobs it out to McKenna. McKenna gonna make one man miss, and that's gonna get the first down. Tackled from behind by Holland, but he's gonna have enough for a first down. Gonna take it in sound up the 10-yard completion there. As that's gonna move the chains here. McKenna's second catch of the ball game.
That was a very excellent job of changing lanes there by McKenna to get the first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on the Wildcat 36-yard line. Going to be Spencer Nye up the middle. Got a good push there to mostly just drive from Spencer Nye, driving his legs, tackled by Nicholas. Going to be 4 there for Spencer Nye. 13 seconds. Coach Roble wanting his team to go fast here. 2nd down and 6. See if they get this play off, and they will. Nye gonna roll to his right, gonna air it out. He's got Johnson wide open, and he catches it. Johnson 33 yards for a Missile touchdown. As boy, Johnson got lost in coverage on that one, Brian, as Nye just had to put some air under it.
And he made one of the most difficult catches in football. When you're wide open, that ball seems to take forever to get to your hands, and it was a little out in front of him, but he was able to cradle it with his hands and bring it into his body for the score.
Nye finding the young Connor Johnson, the younger brother of the standout senior last year, Kaysen Johnson. Going to be a big part of this offense as a Missile score right before the first quarter buzzer. Another 2-point conversion try, pistol formation for Nye. Spencer behind him, gonna fake it to him, gonna go to his left to McKenna, conversion good. And after 1 quarter of play, Milledgeville 16, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Area Sports Leader, WCCI.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Leach, joined by Brian Roosh, and boy, it didn't seem like that quarter was really 16-0 Milledgeville there. Brian is scoring there late before the buzzer after an onside kick, kind of a deflating way for River Ridge to close that first quarter. We'll see if they can bounce back with a big drive here in the second quarter.
Yes, this is live what I'm saying. I'm going to say this again. I said it before that last kickoff. Very important now for the Wildcats to field the kickoff, but more importantly, they need to move the football and try to get points. That was just a devastating turn of events for them, and they're going to have to answer the bell here, and it'll be interesting to see how they do.
9 once again set to kick off. River Ridge waiting to break the huddle here from the first quarter break. Just talking off air, some Danny games in the NUIC here tonight, Brian. The big EPC hosting Galena, I believe, tonight, and then Forreston hosting Fulton, and 2 big matchups early in the conference season there. There's no nights off in the NUIC.
Yeah, kickoff just about ready to go down the road in Forreston, and then EPC Galena at 8 tonight over in Lanark. My car may lead me that way on the ride home.
Was there any JV before them, or did they just delay the start of the game?
They just delayed, I think, maybe heat and festivities, a combination on senior night.
Missiles try another onside kick. This time the Wildcats are ready for it as Logan Keller knocking that one down nicely. He was ready for it, fielded it, and got down to the ground, Brian.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you bring the ball in and then go to the ground, and now you get great field position right at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, that's the high risk, high reward. If you come up with it the first time, this time you give the Wildcats 1st and 10 ball at midfield.
And it seems like forever since the Wildcats have had possession.
Yep, shotgun formation once again for Dittmer. Set Nicholas and Winter in the backfield, double tight end set. Just about got the Missiles to encroach again and blowing it up as Nye, and he comes away with it. Spencer Nye, but we might have a face mask. Do we?
Well, there's
or a hold.
Well, flag. I don't know what they're going to say. Did he jump the gun? I mean, he looked like he was coming, and he nearly jumped, and then he got back.
Throw it initially, yeah. We'll see.
The official sorting it out.
Spencer Nye shot the gap there, forced the fumble, and recovered it, but a flag was thrown in after the recovery. We will see.
That is that
face mask on Spencer Nye. He had the hand up, but I didn't know if he got it or not. But is that just going to be the 5-yarder? It's going to be the 5-yarder, but boy, that's a big play there. Negating a turnover here for the Missiles. Forced a turnover. Now it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Wildcats on the Missiles 45-yard line. Heck of a play there by Nye, goes off the board. Dittmer, shotgun formation, going to be snap it to him once again. Off to the right, and going to have a nice gainer to the right side, tackled there by Livingood.
Dittmer, the ball carrier.
Gain of about 3, maybe 4.
Gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 for the Wildcats.
Well, and for River Ridge right now, you want to just keep possession, keep moving that football. Ultimately, you want points, but you want to kind of get some momentum back here.
2nd down and 2, ball on the Missiles 42-yard line. 11:25 and counting here in this opening half. Milledgeville 16, River Ridge 0. Dittmer under center, I formation behind him. Dittmer gonna hand it to Nicholas, and oh boy, a nice tackle by McKenna. If he doesn't make that tackle, Brian, Nicholas is probably still running.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And a great open field tackle, and you've got McKenna, much smaller than Nicholas, was able to chop down the redwood there and get him for a loss.
Loss of 4 now, about a 3rd and 5 now, or 3rd and 4. For the Wildcats, ball on the Missile 44-yard line. Got to get to the 40. 10:45 to go here in this opening quarter or opening half of play. Dittmer, I formation behind him. Gonna roll, and he gets out of the would-be sack. Now looking to scramble, and he's gonna be sacked in the backfield. Counter nigh, but he made it. Nope, gonna be a sack. Gonna be about a 1-yard loss. As once again, Adamek had the pressure, but he spun out of that tackle.
Lost of a yard on the play. It's now 4th down and
Or excuse me, that was Livingood with the pressure.
And Nye got an ankle and part of the lower leg there and just was able to bring down Dittmar with a huge tackle there.
So now decision time for the Wildcats. It looks like they're going to go for it, though, Brian, on the Missiles 45-yard line. 4th and 5.
Yeah, when you're down 16-0 and the momentum clearly is with Milledgeville, I think you have to try to do something here. And a punt's probably only going to gain you about 20 yards, although the play clock is winding down.
Going to have was there a timeout taken here by River Ridge?
Yes.
Timeout, as we'll take a quick one with them. 9:44 to go here in this first half. Milledgeville 16, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds on your sports leader, WCCI.
Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down.
Half of play. Kyle Leach joined by Brian Roosh. Opening night of the season here. Always a night I always look forward to. This is one of my favorite nights, as well as the playoff pairings night. That's another fun one here in the football season, Brian. And it won't be long. We'll be there.
Right? Yeah. I won't run out on you this year. We'll be in studio for that, Kyle.
4th down and 5.
4th and 5.
Well, we'll see what the River Ridge Wildcats have up their sleeve. A really big play early in the
shotgun formation for
game.
Dittmer. Nicholas to his right. Winner tight end to the right. Going to be a reverse to him. And he's not going to get it. The Missiles were all over it, Brian, and it's going to be about a 2-yard loss. McKenna and Livingood did their job and stayed home, and nothing there for Winner.
Yeah, they made the sideline the 9th defender there and really did a nice job pushing that to the edge. And you know, the Cats thought they had a good play dialed up, but the defense for the Missiles answered accordingly.
So the Missiles are going to take over now. A good field position of their own. Not quite as good if it would have had the turnover, but still pretty good field position. Brian, ball on their own 48-yard line. 9:39 to go in quarter number 2.
Well, I wonder here if the Missiles go for a quick strike or if they'll just continue to methodically march down the field and if River Ridge can force a stop.
Gonna hand it to Johnson. Johnson up the middle. Looked like he could have cut that to the left and had more opening, but he put his shoulder down and ran for 9 instead.
And Mason Smith.
Okay. Gonna update Polo over Peoria Quest, or Peoria. Who were they playing tonight?
Christian tonight? Or?
Yes, that was Peoria Heights.
There we go.
As Johnson again a carry.
Gain of about 9.
Back-to-back carries by Johnson here for 9 yards each time.
Now it's first and 10.
And now the Missiles, here comes that high-paced offense that we've seen in the years past here, Brian.
Yeah, and now they're kind of moving the chains, and they are headed downhill.
Pistol formation, Nye. Gonna hand it once again. Johnson getting carries, and now, like you said, they're getting pushed with that offensive line that they weren't getting earlier. Some gaping holes here, Brian.
Logan Kelleher made that stop, but again, it's kind of like a boulder rolling downhill. Wildcats need to come up with a stop defensively here.
4 more for Johnson. Three straight carries for the sophomore. 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 32-yard line. Official timeout, maybe just double checking with the player there, making sure he was all right. And he is. Now gonna hand it to Micah Tom-Smith and gonna get back to the line of scrimmage maybe. Richmond again on the stop.
Tackle made by Ben Richmond.
Loss of 1 that time for Tom-Smith.
Yeah, great job of gang tackling there by the Wildcats, and Ben Richmond's had a great start to the 2023 season.
Yep, as 43 there, Joseph Winter did a good job turning him back in there, into the linebacker there, not allowing Tom-Smith outside. So 3rd and 7 now for the Missiles. Under 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Milledgeville 16, River Ridge 0. Double tight end set. Nye under center. Tom-Smith and Johnson in the backfield. Going to hand it to Johnson once again. Going to spin down close to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 3.
George Winter and Lucas Holland.
Going to bring up about 4th and 4.
30-yard line where it's 4th down and 4.
4th and 4 for the Missiles. 7:25 here to go. See if the Wildcats can come up with a stand this time. Multiple 4th downs the Missiles have been able to convert so far in this one, Brian.
Yeah, and when you need 4, all you need is 4, and that's kind of what the Missiles have done twice, got just over what they've needed.
Now gonna pitch it to Tom-Smith. Tom-Smith around the left, makes one man miss, and he's gonna tiptoe down the sideline. And just enough again, Brian, looked like he got further, but the official has him out. About the 25-yard line. They needed 4, they get 5.
Yeah, great description there, Kyle. He was tiptoeing, and it was like he was doing some sort of game or something over there, just trying to maintain his balance and stay in bounds.
Yes, looks like you when you're on your way to Camp Randall Stadium with your excitement.
Right, yeah.
High stepping into the stadium. How excited are you for Badgers football this year, Brian?
You know, I'm pretty excited, little nervous just because there's a lot of things that are going to be different, but, you know. And Mr. Bielema turned things around last year in Champaign. We'll see what he does for an encore this year.
Yeah, I'm going down opening night against Toledo here next Saturday night. I'm excited for that.
Nice. And I'll be in Camp Randall that day against Buffalo.
There we go.
So.
Football season is upon us. Favorite time of year. Nye, pistol formation. Gonna fake it to Spencer. Now he's got him wide open. Spencer has it. He's down inside the 10. 5, and he's in for a missile. Touchdown. Nye to Nye for 25 yards. They faked the sweep to him, Brian, and nobody picked him up. He had one man to miss, and he made a miss.
Yeah, that was just the great play action there, and when they didn't pick him up coming out of the backfield, he was wide open and able to make that catch and scamper in for the score.
Boy, Connor Nice, sparkling start here. 6 for 7 for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's been right on the money. Add to that 40 yards rushing after you took off a 60-yarder to start the game.
Right.
2-point conversion for the Missiles. A little funky formation here. Gets it to Tom-Smith. And he is in, lunges in for the conversion. 6:53 here to go in this second quarter. Milledgeville 24, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on your sports leader, WCCI.
Downtown Augusta is open and says good luck all area teams this season. Stop in for a cold drink Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. with happy hour 4 to 6. Then Saturday, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can watch the game there today. If you aren't there, get there. And Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Water and Hole says good luck to all area teams.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
The watering hole in downtown Augusta is open and says good luck all area teams this season. Stop in for a cold drink Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. with happy hour 4 to 6. Then Saturday, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can watch the game there today. If you aren't there, get there. And Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Watering hole says good luck to all area teams.
Milledgeville High School is a beautiful night for football, Brian. A little on the warm side, not quite football weather yet, but we'll get there, and probably a few weeks we'll be wishing it was a little warmer.
Yeah, that's right. And, that's the beauty of the high school football season. 9 weeks for the regular season. You start in the heat, and you finish up once you get into the playoffs. You might have a snowstorm. You never know.
Yes.
So,
yep, you never know. I know the Missiles, their season ended last year down at West Central on a very gusty and windy day that was not ideal for their aerial attack. I know that last year, and I think the Missiles will be maybe a little more balanced this year than what they were last year.
well, this game really turned on that onside
Did.
kick.
Yeah, I would agree, because River Ridge did move the ball on their first possession a little bit, but like I said, they made the Missiles really earn it on that first touchdown drive, and then, yeah, you give up that onside kick, and it's kind of snowballed on them here a little bit.
Well, and both coaches, as you heard on the pregame show, said opening night is just a different kind of game. You don't know what you have. It's the first time you're really hitting the opponent. And you also have some young players that maybe a situation like that kind of impacts their confidence, and it's up to the coach to say, hey, it's okay, we'll bounce back. And all it takes is one big play for the Wildcats to kind of reignite things.
Yes, absolutely. As we are set to kick off here. 9, once again, see if they go another onside kick here, Brian. As they've moved number 80 back. Andrew Schock is deep back, and they are going to do another squib kick, and it's loose, but getting over there is that Winter?
Yes.
Yep. The other Winter, Joseph Winter, yes.
And a nice job there by the Missiles special teams. They were down to cover, but as soon as Winter hit the ground, nobody piled on top of them.
Yep. No need to take a shot there of somebody on the ground, so nicely done, but nice recovery there. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, ball on their own 41-yard line. As Dittmer directing traffic here out of the huddle.
Yeah, he's not had a lot of time to pass tonight when he's been back to throw.
Going to go under center, I formation, Winter and Nicholas behind him.
Flag on the play.
Now a flag here, I believe. False start, and a second penalty for the Wildcats.
Yeah, one of the ends stood up out of his stance there, and I didn't know if he was going to start in motion or what the deal was. And they say illegal procedure.
Not how you want to start a drive. Now 1st and 15, I formation. Winter gonna fake it, roll to his left. Gonna be pressured by Adamick, gonna get away from him, and tucks it and runs. Gonna be dropped by Shank and Promenschinkel. That will be another sack for the Missiles.
About 5 on the play.
About 5-yard loss. Not quite 5.
Loss of 4. Now, 2nd down.
Looks like down 17 or so. 2 or 3 loss on the play. Looks like down at 18 now.
A little more time that time for Damon Dittmar, but good coverage by the Missiles, preventing anyone from coming open.
Play clock's getting down to him once again here. And they just do get it off, and it's a bad snap. Dittmar going to have to scramble back, and he just throws it out. Good job of getting rid of that ball there, Brian, instead of taking a big loss. He didn't panic, scooped, and got rid of it.
Yep, looked to the sideline, saw Coach Roble open, and threw it into the Missile bench there. I thought Coach Roble might make a diving attempt at that one, but he just let it hit the ground. So
Say he's got soft hands.
I'd like to see him tiptoe down the sideline, right?
Yes, that would be a sight, that's for sure. That's third and about 18 now for the Wildcats. Ball on 33-yard line. 5:53 to go in this first half. Milledgeville 24, River Ridge 0. Dittmer out of the shotgun. And it's another high snap. Dittmer going to just have to fall on that one, as he does, and that's going to be another loss from the 33 down to about the 21, about 12 more.
Now 4th down.
Boy, the
And 29.
Wildcats just shooting themselves in the foot on that drive there, Brian. They started with the false start to start that drive, and then a couple bad snaps, and now they got a punt from deep in their own territory. Dittmer standing out about his own 10-yard line. Gets the snap to him, and just about blocking it was Spencer Nye. As Connor Johnson called for the fair catch, and then he does recover it. He muffed the punt there, but does recover it.
That was a very interesting punt. It was short but very high.
Yes.
Johnson did the right thing and called for a fair catch.
Sadly, River Ridge, nobody near him to pick up that. But looked like I heard a whistle. There was almost an inadvertent whistle, Brian. Would have been interesting if there would have been a recovery by River Ridge on that, because he seemed to blow it thinking he was going to catch it, and he did not catch it.
And I think the thought process obviously was blow the whistle so nobody who didn't see the fair catch signal plows into him.
Yep. So 1st and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on their own 48-yard line. 5:08 to go here in the opening half of play. Nye pistol formation. Johnson behind him. McKenna split out to the right. Nye gonna drop back to pass and gonna air it out for McKenna deep down the sideline, and it's gonna be intercepted. Nice play there by David Buck. Had great coverage on McKenna all the way, and the Wildcats come away with the turnover.
Well, and if that would have been a catch by McKenna, he stepped out of bounds on his own accord. I was kind of expecting a flag here on the near side. I heard Coach Nicholas call it out, but David Buck made it a moot point, and he stepped in front of that pass, made a great interception.
So maybe a shot of life here to the Wildcats here. They're deep in their own territory, down about their own 17-yard line, but Missiles took a deep shot there, and Buck made him pay there. Great coverage by the junior cornerback. Ran stride for stride with McKenna. It was like he said, probably was not going to be a catch for McKenna regardless, but Buck had inside position the whole way as Nye just underthrew him there a little bit.
The good news is the Wildcats have it back. The bad news is they're kind of backed up against their own goal line.
Shotgun formation once again for Dittmer. Gonna keep it. Rush to the right. He's gonna be tackled by Nye and Tom Smith. Nye got a hold of that jersey and he did not let go, and Tom Smith cleaned it up.
And Micah Tom Smith.
It was a loss of about 5 for Dittmer there.
4.
Dittmer had a rough night here so far with the sacks figured in. He's got about 7 carries for minus 34 yards, Brian.
Wow.
4:33 to go here in this opening half of play.
Well, Kyle, maybe it's the fact that it's 8-man football, but, you know, you see it especially in small schools where your quarterback is also one of your stud defensive players, and that's the case with Connor Nye.
Yep, they've kind of hidden him the last couple of years, being a sophomore and a junior, but this year their numbers are a little bit lower. There's no hiding him, as there he is again with the sack.
He heard his name.
Yes.
And he timed that snap perfectly.
Another loss on the play. Looks like it's about 3rd down and 21.
Loss of about 7 more there for Dittmer.
Timeout.
Timeout by River Ridge. 3:49 to go here in this first half. Milledgeville 24, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on your sports leader, WCCI.
Ryden Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974. Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area. Customer service is one of their specialties. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121.
Here to Floyd Dobb Field. Kyle Leach joined by Brian Roosh here. As 3rd and 21, not where you want to be. Also at your own 7-yard line here, Brian, as the Wildcats got to be careful here.
Yeah, it all starts with that snap. You want to make sure you get the ball back to your quarterback, and this game has really turned in the favor of the Missiles. It was that drive that they, scored on the first time, and then the onside kick, and now they're really just kind of dominating on both sides of the football right now.
Yes, they are. As 46-14, what was that one? Polo on top of Peoria Heights. As Amboy was victorious as well. No, there's a bad snap, going to be loose and going to be a safety here. As once again the snap gets away. Carter Livingood and Spencer Nye back there for the safety. Boy, they've just had all kinds of trouble snapping the ball here lately, Brian.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is the fact that Milledgeville's getting such good pressure on that it really makes you think twice about getting that snap off. And, it may look easy on Sundays and even on Saturdays, but it is one of the more difficult things of football, and that's snapping, especially when you're out of the shotgun.
The only good thing could be there, instead of being at your 1 or something and you're punting from there, you only give up the 2 points, Brian, and you can maybe make the Missiles drive a little farther here.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Canadian football during the summer, and a lot of times they'll give up the safety for field position, and in this case that's kind of, wasn't the intent, but maybe it'll benefit them. Maybe they'll keep them out of the end zone here before the end of the half.
Of course you do, Brian. That's about the most Brian Roosh thing you can say is you watch a lot of Canadian football during the summer.
I do, Kyle. It's true.
I don't doubt it for a second. Number 40 looking to kick off here. Markland to kick for the Wildcats. Going to boot it to Tom Smith about his own 49-yard line. He'll have some running room. 45, 40 down the sideline. He's at the 30, 25, 20, and going to be inside the 20-yard line. Great return there by Tom Smith. As he looks like he's out of breath laying down there. That looks like me after I run about 5 yards, Brian.
Yeah. Well, he made a nice cut following his blocking and picked up about 15 extra yards.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Missiles.
So it's almost as if Bryce McKenna caught that pass from Connor Nye.
Right.
That's about where he would have been.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on the 17-yard line of the Wildcats. Shotgun formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Nye gonna get it quickly to Carter Livingood. Gonna juke. And just a nice solid gainer on 1st down. A soft coverage over there, Brian. The Missiles are just taking what the Wildcats are giving them there.
Carter Livingood. Tackle brought down. He's brought down by George Winter and Mason Smith.
Well, on both sides, realize this is just game 1. You want to work on some things, do some things on both sides. River Ridge will have nights where they're, more competitive, and Milledgeville will have nights where they're being tested. So
Tom Smith with the carry. Gain 4, maybe 5. Going to be maybe just short. Ben Richmond on the stop here for the Wildcats. 3rd and 1.
So on my walk down here tonight from the car, I got to see Mr. Malloy, your principal, and he and I are going to go to the Bears playoff games together, we decided, so this year.
There you go.
Yeah. And the Super Bowl, he said.
And the Super, I don't, yes, he's a very optimistic Bears fan, is Mr. Malloy. As Nye under center. Spencer Nye in the backfield with Johnson. First and goal. They did give him a first down. Spencer Nye's twirling down inside about the...
Take the ball inside the 5-yard line down to about the 1-yard line.
It's about the 9 down about the 1-yard line there.
Mason Smith.
Boy, he kept getting hit and spinning and rolling, and a quick...
Gain about 7 there.
Quick
Second and
snap here.
goal. Connor Nye just going to keep it, get a push there from his brother Spencer, led by behind Bruce Raymond. He's in for the touchdown. Touchdown missiles. 2 minutes to go here in this opening half. As the Missiles now lead 32-0 as you hear the siren in the background, a new effect here at Floyd Dobb Field. The air raid siren, they call that, Brian.
Wow, I like that.
As Nye, a 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-minute mark.
You know, in 1959, Kyle, city of Chicago blew off the air raid sirens when the White Sox won the pennant.
Oh.
And they said when they got back from clinching the pennant, I'll finish in a moment.
2-point conversion. Nye takes a snap. Gonna roll to his right. Looks for McKenna, and he's got it. Nye to McKenna. 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Go ahead and finish your story there, Brian.
Okay, so they got back from clinching on the road back in the days where if you won the pennant, you went right to the World Series. 50,000 people showed up at Midway Airport to welcome them back.
Wow.
They got back at 2 a.m.
Jeez.
Yeah, 2 a.m. and people showed up.
2 a.m. as that's going to do another 2-point conversion, score 34-0. We'll be back on your Sports Leader WCCI after this 30-second timeout.
Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is the Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb.
Welcome back here to Floyd Dobb Field. Here 2 minutes to go in this first half. Milledgeville 34 as River Ridge 0 as another 17-yard touchdown drive that capped once again by Connor Nye. Some good runs in there by Tom Smith as Spencer Nye as well.
Just an avalanche of points here in the second quarter for the Missiles. And it's been a combination of things. They've taken advantage of a few opportunities, and they've just really worked well on both sides of the football.
As Nye will set to kick off as Dittmer and Winter back.
You have to really feel for River Ridge. The strength of schedule early on for them is tremendous. They play the third-ranked Missiles tonight. Next week they've got Amboy, who is everyone's favorite right now to win the 8-man division.
Yep, the three favorites, of course, come from the old NUIC teams. Amboy, the heavy favorite, I would say. Short behind them would be Polo at 2 and Milledgeville at 3. As a squib kick going to go, is it going to go out of bounds? It does not, and the Missiles recover it, Brian. As the River Ridge defender, Follow is going to go out of bounds, and Spencer Nye jumps on it. As, my gosh.
Hey, I think that kick, when it got to the sideline, took a left turn, or it stopped. Something happened.
Yeah, maybe the painter on that sideline did something over
right,
there.
Yeah. What did you put in that paint, Kyle?
A thick edge over there maybe along that sideline. Something you'd always see at the White Sox game, that third base, that bump that would never go foul.
Right, yeah.
Wow, I thought for sure that was going to go over there. It's hard to see the sideline from this vantage point, but it never did, and the River Ridge player just sat there and watched it as Spencer Nye comes diving in, and the Missiles with another golden opportunity. 1st and 10, ball on the Wildcat, 34-yard line. Shotgun formation for Nye, drops back to pass, lobbed it over the head for Carter Livingood. He had him wide open, but just missed him on that one. That's the one he'll want back in the film room, Brian.
Yeah, a little more touch on that one, and that would have been a huge gainer. Likely not a touchdown, but a huge gainer. This is WCCI 100.3 FM in Savannah, Illinois.
That's where are you at next week? That's on the schedule there, Brian. Do you know which?
Crosstown, I've got West Carroll and Galena.
Okay. Nye under center. Running back set behind him. Fake to Tom Smith. Nye gonna air it out. Looking for Johnson on the sideline, and he can't come up with it.
Incomplete.
Through his hands there.
Third down.
A little bit of a wobbler that kind of takes away from Johnson.
Did a good job trying to come back for it, but couldn't quite reel it in, diving at the sideline there.
And in typical River Ridge fashion, they're still out there trying. They got some good pressure that time on Nye, maybe forcing that to come out of his hand a little awkwardly.
Third and now long for the Missiles. Third and 10, 150 to go here in this first half. Milledgeville 34, River Ridge 0. Shotgun formation, empty set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Knight gonna drop back to pass and gonna throw the middle screen to McKenna, and this time he's got blockers. McKenna down inside the 20, inside the 15, makes another man miss, and he's gonna be tackled inside the 5-yard line as they ran that play to perfection, the wide receiver middle screen.
Ball will be on the 4-yard line.
Ball on the 4-yard line.
Minute 39 left in the half.
It's about 27 yards on that play. Actually 29 yards on that play. Nye to McKenna. First and goal for the Missiles. Ball on the Wildcat 4-yard line. 120 and counting here for this first half. Shotgun formation for Nye. Johnson to his right. McKenna split out to the right. Nye gonna keep it, run right up the middle. Gonna be just short, down about the 1-yard line.
Fulton has scored first early in the second quarter. They lead Forest in 6-0. One of the 2 big games of the evening in the NUIC, Kyle.
Yep, I'll do some more scoreboard checking before we go to break, or before the half here. And Nye gonna cap his third 1-yard touchdown. Connor Nye in for another Missiles touchdown here at the 44-second mark here of the second quarter. 1-yard run. Kept done mostly on that damage. Nye to Bryce McKenna, who's having a nice game here as well. Like you said, ever since about that first drive, the Missiles have just owned the trenches on both sides of the ball here, Brian.
Yeah, they sure have. And at the 8-man level, the 11-man level, 6-man level, whatever it is, it starts in the trenches, and when you win that battle, you have a good shot of winning the game.
Nye to Livingood. Conversion is good. 44 seconds remaining in this first half. Milledgeville 42, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on your sports leader WCCI.
Need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Wrench at 309-351-8192 for a quote today.
Welcome back here to Floyd Dobb Field here. 44 seconds remaining in this one, as it's been all Milledgeville. In this first half here, they lead 42-0 over River Ridge. It's just Yeah, just a dominant performance here, like you said, Brian. The River Ridge came out pretty good, like the first opening drive both ways, offensively, defensively, and then, yeah, like you said, snowballed ever since that onside kick. But like I said, it's early in this season yet. I'm not going to count River Ridge yet. They're going to be in the thick of the things here in the eight-man game. I believe this will be a playoff team here this year, Brian.
Well, and I think you look at this team and say just that, you know, you would hope that you would, you know, play well in the first 2 weeks, but you're not going to know until week 3, 4, or 5 just how good or bad this football team is, because you start with 2 of the best teams in the league.
Yep. Yeah, that's a load of a schedule. Like I said, on the road at Milledgeville and home next week. It's home next week, but yeah, getting the Clippers of Ambo, who return everybody except one. They lose one player off of last year's team. It's a good player, the quarterback, because Adam X kick goes out of bounds. But yeah, it's pretty amazing for a team that finished in the state championship, runner-up to West Central, to return everybody but one player. They're going to be a load this year. This kick goes out of bounds. River Ridge will take over 1st and 10. Ball on their own, I believe 35-yard line after the penalty. See the Wildcats try anything, air anything out here. Like I said, Dittmer just has had no time at all. I think I've only got him down for 2 pass attempts, as every other one has been a sack or a snap over his head. This looks like I formation. Looks like they might just take a knee here, as they do just that, as Coach Nicholas just, I think, wants to regroup his troops here at the half, Brian, and work some things out maybe at halftime, and like I said, just regroup a little bit. Down to the final 35 seconds. As Dittmer going to take another snap. As that'll do it. Our first half will come to an end here with it all Milledgeville in this first half. The Missiles lead 42-0. We'll go over the first half stats here first for the Wildcats. We have George Winter with 2 carries for 5 yards. Nicholas, 2 carries for 4 yards. Dittmer, 7 carries for minus 41 yards for the quarterback. Rushing the ball, he was just 0 for 2 with no completions in that first half. Now for the Missiles in their first half here, we got Connor Johnson, 6 carries for 27 yards. 9 carries for 49 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tom Smith, 6 carries for 15 yards. Spencer Nye, 4 carries for 14 yards. And then through the air, Connor Nye, 8 for 12. And then 8 for 12 for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, we got 33 yards to Johnson, 9 to Smith, 36 to McKenna, and 11 for Livingood, and 25 for Spencer Nye. The Missiles, only bugaboo in that first half early, they're bitten by the penalty bug. They had 4 penalties for 35 yards. River Ridge 2 for 10. But just a dominant first half performance here, Brian, for the Missiles.
Yeah, very impressive for Milledgeville. Great start defensively for the Wildcats. They gave up that drive towards the tail end of the first quarter, then an onside kick, and it's been a barrage ever since. But great way to open the season for Milledgeville. And for River Ridge, you look and you say, hey, this is week 1. 8 more weeks to wait. Let's come out, get through the second half safely, and then look forward to what's ahead.
Yep, other scores from around the area. Forreston 8, Fulton 6 in the 8 minutes to go in the second quarter there. Polo 54, Peoria Heights 14. Milledgeville at the half 42-0, of course. And Stockton, a little bit of a surprise. It's early in that one, second quarter, 10 minutes to go. It's Stockton 16, Dupac 8. As Coach Downey making his debut up there tonight in Stockton, Brian. That could be an interesting game as well.
Yeah, that could be a huge game for both teams there in the old playoff chase. And a number of coaches told me, watch out for the Blackhawks. They're going to be much improved.
Lee Wynn 46, West Carroll 0. That was in the second quarter. As it looks like. And Amboy was a 46-0 win over Unity Christian tonight. And that's going to round out our scoring here. As we're going to take a halftime break, a little bit, I believe, extended halftime break. They put 13 minutes. I might give them a few extra minutes with the heat and humidity here, Brian.
Yeah, give them a chance to hydrate and cool off, and
maybe a chance for you to go get some pie or something.
Yeah, right, yeah. You know, it's funny when you talk Milledgeville football, pie was a big topic between the coaches. Coach Roble swears he's never had pie here.
Yeah.
He says he's too focused on the game and he really doesn't feel like eating, but he also says he's had coaches from the other team say, good to see you, Coach, but I got to go get some pie, and I'll catch up to you later.
Yep, got to hit the pie shack before it closes up there on the hill.
And I told Doug Nicholas about it. He thought a pie shack at a football game sounded like a match made in heaven.
Yes.
So.
Yep, it does well here. It's a hot commodity here at Floyd Dobb Field. That's going to do it here for our first half coverage. Once again, your score, Milledgeville 42, River Ridge 0. We'll be back on your Sports Theater WCCI after this halftime break. Welcome back here to Floyd Dobb Field here on the campus of Milledgeville High School. Kyle Leach joined by Brian Roosh. As a very impressive first half, Brian, as the Missiles had everything go their way en route to a 42-0 lead here, but both teams try to regroup. It will be the running clock, so it'll go pretty fast here in the second half, but this is kind of both teams to build off for next week, because like I said, I know River Ridge has a good Amboy team coming in, but Milledgeville, and for them, it's River Ridge to get something positive maybe the second half, build something into next week, and the Missiles probably maybe get some guys, the JV guys, some playing time here in the second half. You might never know when you'll need them in some varsity minutes.
Yeah, and, if you're just tuning in and you hear this score and it's 42-0, you're like, wow, it was, lopsided from the start. Really not the case. Milledgeville had to fight for that first touchdown. River Ridge forced them to several fourth down conversions, and it looked like, maybe we were going to have a game, but once we had that onside kick after a couple of successful two-point conversions, it was 16-0, and that's where Milledgeville really took control. And I think you're probably going to see that some nights where, the brakes are kind of beating you and you get behind and you just have to regroup, as you say, try to get some positives and look forward to the next game. For Milledgeville, you're going to hear from Coach Roble and his staff. It's not this easy, guys. We did pretty well, but we made mistakes and we've got some things to clean up, because you can always strive to be better on either side of the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're it's about a minute away here from kickoff, as I believe the Missiles will be receiving the second half kick. Score update from EPC. 3 minutes to go, quarter one. Galena 7, EPC 0. Fulton 12, Forreston 8. 7 minutes to go in that second quarter. I believe it was 16-14 now. Stockton leading Dupac with 6 minutes to go in that one. So some good games here in the NUIC.
Well, you mentioned Coach Downey. It's going to be a lot of fun having him back on the coaches show. It kind of started last week, and looking forward to those calls on Saturday morning. We have a great group, but it airs at 9 a.m. But from my days when he was the Pearl City basketball coach, I remember oftentimes being so amused by Coach Downey. He just would say some things, nothing bad, just funny stuff with his observations, and I look forward to our visits starting again tomorrow.
Yeah, always entertaining. He joined me on a couple broadcasts here on WCCI when he wasn't coaching there. But I think Sweet Sassy Molassie was one call he always came up with, and he had another one too that I can't think of what he came up with. But yeah, Coach Downey, quite the character.
Well, and I don't want to shortchange Coach Roble. He is one of the more entertaining, colorful characters on the show as well.
Coach Doug Nicholas, probably one of the most knowledgeable ones, being a Cowboy fan as well.
Right, yeah.
You got a couple Cowboy fans in your coach's stable there that you interview, Brian.
Right, yeah. Coach Lower, I used to have a handful when Jesse Snyder was coaching.
As River Ridge set to kick off. Back to receive is Johnson. We'll see if they kick it deep or a squib kick. They are going to kick it deep. Johnson going to return it about his own 18-yard line, drops it, now picks it up. And going to be tackled in the open field. Nice tackle there by Winter. That's number 43. Joseph Winter on the tackle. So the Missiles are going to be backed up here. Deep kick there. Usually that's risky business, but Johnson's had a couple problems returning, getting a handle on some punts and kicks here for the Missiles. That's going to be an area they're going to have to clean up going into the next week here. 1st and 10 for the Missiles, and it looks like mostly the starters yet in to start this third quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Nice shotgun formation. Bad snap at his feet, but he scoops it. Now airing it out, looking for Tom Smith. And pass falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Winters. That 9 miss. Johnson was running down the sideline here, but he went through Tom Smith, and I kind of hit him in the chest, but I think he had a hard time seeing the ball as Winter was running stride for stride with him.
Yeah, and Joseph Winter did a great job, defending that pass, and I kept waiting, making sure there wasn't any contact, but he did a nice job preventing that completion from happening.
Yep, yeah, without drawing any contact. One of those, if it was underthrown, he was probably going to get flagged if Tom Smith throws on the brakes there, but it wasn't underthrown, so Tom Smith kept running, but George Winter did a nice job guarding there. 2nd and 10, is going to hand it to Johnson. Going to be a short gain, tackled by number 42. For the Wildcats, that's Mason Smith on the tackle. Going to be a gain of 1 here for Johnson.
Well, I tell you what, I'm guessing that Coach Nicholas told his guys at halftime, go out there and win the second half, because they're playing some inspired football in the first couple of snaps there.
Yep, looking like they did to start the game, like that very first defensive possession. I thought they played really well. Nye under center here, 3rd and 9 for the Missiles. Gonna fake it to Tom Smith, and Nye keep it off the right side. Gonna be knocked down by Nicholas. Gain of about 4, and it's gonna bring up a 4th down here for the Missiles. As we're gonna see the punt team for the first time, I believe, here tonight.
Yeah, I would sure think so. Because obviously you want to get all aspects of the game a snap or two here and see how your special teams react.
Adamick set to punt. Like Living Good, the long snapper. Winter back to receive the punt here for the Wildcats. As Adamick going to have to tuck and run now after getting pressure. The Wildcats come up with a big stop. He's short of the yard to gain. They're going to take over 1st and 10 deep in the Missile territory here, Brian.
Yeah, Kyle, that was a little bit of an errant snap, and when he went to adjust to get that, he was going to maybe try to do one of those rugby-style kicks, but there were 2 Wildcats right there, and they'd have blocked anything he would have tried to get away.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball in the Missile 24-yard line here. The Wildcats trying to get on the board here for the first time. So, yeah, there's going to be a teaching moment in the film room for Coach Roble.
Well, we talked earlier about how difficult on the high school level it is to consistently snap, especially as a long snapper or in the shotgun.
Dittmer, he fumbles a bad snap, a little low, but he gets it to Winter, and he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by Connor Nye. And Bruce Freeman.
Maybe a short loss on the play. We'll call it no gain there for Winter.
No gain in the play. It's not 2nd down.
It's down to 8 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Promishinkle in at defensive end for the Missiles as Adamick getting a breather. And Coach Roble wanted to talk to him about that punting situation. 2nd and 10 here for the Wildcats. Dittmer under center, I formation. Winter and Nicholas in the backfield. Buck split out to the right. Dittmer takes a snap. Boyd, he just gets it off. He does not, and it's going to be a fumble as Living Good forced that fumble, and Connor Nye's going to recover it. As now maybe Living Good might be cramping here, Brian.
Oh, yeah, he's down, as you say. Fulton has gone up 18-8 with 2 minutes left in the half over at Forreston.
Hello, Missile fans. 4th quarter.
I believe it's a cramp there. As Carter Living Good flew in there to force that, hit the quarterback and running back at the same time there, Brian, as I didn't know if he got the handoff to him. I don't think he ever did. Connor Nye recovers it, but yeah, Carter Living Good looks to be cramping here. Could be the first of many cramps maybe here this second half. So with that, we'll take a quick break. 7:22 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Milledgeville 42. Oh, maybe not. We're going to keep it right here, Brian, as now he jumps up and is going to head off the field here. So we'll just keep it right here.
That's called a false start on the break, on the call for the timeout.
Yes.
But as a veteran of many nights of doing football, it seems like you never know on a situation like that how long they're going to keep it. I always get ready to send it, and then that gets the person right up and off the field they go. So.
Yep. Carter sensed I was going to go to break, and he just jumped up there. So I appreciate that, Carter. As Missiles now take over after the turnover here. 1st and 10, ball on their own 26-yard line. Nye under center, Tom Smith and Nye in the backfield. Going to be Spencer Nye on the carry. Short gain.
Spencer Nye, the ball carrier.
Tackled by
Ben Richmond.
And
Joseph Winter
as well.
2 yards on the play. It's now
You know, the Cats are still out there laying a hat on the ball carrier, really playing some solid defense. You'd be hard-pressed to know that they're down big like this.
Yep. Still competing here. 2nd and 8 for the Missile. Double tight end set. Nye under center. Tom Smith and Nye in the backfield. Going to hand it to Tom Smith. Tom Smith's got room to run. Going to have a 1st down. Tackle by Buck and Nicholas. Gain of about 9 there for Tom Smith.
Back in the 1970s, they had those breakaway jerseys where they'd tear apart in your hand. If Micah Tom Smith had one of those, he would have scored a touchdown because Nicholas just grabbed a fistful of jersey and held on for the ride.
Yeah, double tight end set once again, I formation. I'm gonna hand it to Spencer 9. He runs over number 42 Smith on the tackle. Spencer 9 keeps his pads low and picks up a nice gainer here across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Gain of 7.
Low center of gravity, huh, Kyle?
Yes, he has no choice to keep his pads low there.
They go right back to him.
Gain about 6 more there for Spencer and I as they're picking up the pace here a little bit on this series. First down and 10. Ball on the Wildcat 48-yard line. 5 minutes to go. 5:10 to go in this third quarter. I believe got a text from Chad Selman, who was going to volunteer to come do cartwheels for halftime entertainment out there tonight, Brian, but he didn't get here in time. Knight drops back to pass, going to find Tom Smith for a completion, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain about 10. See if they call it a first down, and it's about the 38-yard line, right at the sticks.
It will be a first down.
First and 10. They do give it a first down, move the sticks. 4:35 here to go in this third quarter. Milledgeville on top 42-0. The same score they had at the half as this quarter flying by here. Just 4 minutes to go in it. Same double tight set. Now gonna roll to his left after the play fake, and now he's gonna scramble. Got some room to run, and he's down near a first down. Gonna gain 8, maybe 9. Nice block there by Spencer Nye on that play.
Yeah, there were a couple of nice blocks. I think Bryce McKenna kind of sealed off as well as he made sure he didn't hit the guy in the back, but he gave a little extra space for his quarterback.
And gonna have Richmond gonna be subbed here, holding maybe an arm or chest there. He might have got that block there from Nye. Are they gonna take a timeout here? What's going on? Not sure.
Well, I think they're talking hydration station, and
both teams kind of huddling up. So looks like there is going to be a short timeout here. 3:56 to go in this third quarter. Milledgeville 42, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on your sports leader WCCI. Welcome back here to Floyd Dobb Field. Just missed one play there. Tom Smith carried for the first down, a 3-yard gain. First and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on the River Ridge 26-yard line. Pistol formation, Nye and Nye in the backfield. Connor hands it to Spencer Nye.
Spencer Nye, the ball carrier. Tackled by Joseph Winter.
Winter on the stop there. Gain of about 4 there. And we'll call it 3 for Spencer Nye. The 9-9 combination. It's been a name for years around here, Brian. Is Jared and Josh from the late 90s as well. I believe they got to play together Jared's senior year. Josh, I believe, started maybe at safety for that team. But now you get the senior Connor and the sophomore Spencer. They're forced quite the tandem, and there's Spencer. As I talk about it, he gets loose and takes it 22 yards for a touchdown, as if they knew I was talking about him there, Brian.
Exactly. They said we're being spotlighted on the radio. Let's make something happen here.
Spencer Nye takes the pitch from Connor Nye, goes 22 yards. That's 2:21 to go in the ball game. The lead now to 48-0. Spencer made one cut and some daylight there. Nice job blocking up front there by the Missiles. Raymond, Promenschinkel, Adamick, the lineman with Tom Smith and Livingood there, or McKenna and Livingood there at the tight ends. Pistol formation for Nye, going for the 2-point conversion. Gonna pitch it to Spencer. Spencer makes one cut, goes in, and gonna be short. Tackled there by Winter and Richmond. 2:21 to go in this third quarter. Milledgeville 48, River Ridge 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Air Sports Leader WCCI. Looks like we're going to see some substitute. I already see them here on the special teams, Brian. Maybe some wholesale changes here for the Missiles on this series, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, I'm guessing the rest of the way everybody plays for both sides. We want to say thanks tonight to Cohen Horrell back at the WCCI studios, doing an excellent job as our board operator. After this game, I'll head home, get my 4 hours of sleep, and get ready for the coaches show tomorrow.
That's Adamick kick goes out of bounds. It's always must listen to radio. I enjoy that every week, Brian. If you're a sports fan, a high school sports fan, that's a must listen to every Saturday. You get such a nice job. It's a lot of work to get all those coaches, but yeah, 9 a.m. every Saturday is when it's on. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right. It's always a lot of fun, hearing about the games firsthand like that. And
I believe there is the NUIC game tomorrow. It's not a conference game. Dakota is in action tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
With the Fisher Bunnies,
Well,
my favorite helmet in the state of Illinois.
Right, one of the great nicknames and great helmets, yeah.
I thought about going up to that just because how often do you get to see the bunnies in this area?
Right, yeah.
Kind of almost like the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
Winner on the carry. Going to have a nice gainer here this time.
George Winter, the ball carrier.
Several second teamers in here for the Missiles. Looks like most of the first team offense here for the Wildcats is they're just trying to, like you said, build some momentum here as well. So it'd be nice if they end on a good series here. 2nd down and 5 for Winners after a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, they're having some issues with cramps and such, and they're trying to stay hydrated. And we knew that was going to be a problem both sides faced tonight.
As Dittmer shotgun formation, Winner and the Nicholas behind him. Dittmer going to keep it. And he spins through one tackle, going to have a first down gain of about 6. Shank and Johnson on the stop for the Missiles.
Well, I think Damon Dittmar has shown throughout the night what a tough kid he is. He's taken a number of hits, and he's still out there giving his best, and is able to keep that one for a first down.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball on the Missiles 47-yard line as we're down to the final 30 seconds in this third quarter. As Dittmer gonna hand it to Nicholas. Another nice gainer. Shank and Johnson on the stop once again.
Tackle by Evan Shank. Connor Johnson.
Gain of 7 there for Nicholas.
That's the end of the third quarter.
That's going to do it after 3 quarters of play. Milledgeville 48, River Ridge 0. We'll be back on Area Sports Leader WCCI for the 60-second timeout. Welcome back here to Floyd Dobb Field. We're ready to start the fourth quarter here. The Missiles on top 48-0, River Ridge. Their best drive here so far of the ball game. First and 10, ball on the Missile 40-yard line.
Well, you'd sure like to see them move down the field and score, and as we say, get some confidence.
As Richmond runs that way for no gain. Or Dittmer, excuse me. Miners on the stop.
It looked like as he got to the point of the attack there, he just lost his footing. It kind of slipped. That was one thing Coach Roble mentioned in the pregame is, you know, as the temperatures drop a little bit, the dew factor could make things a little slippery, and I think that time the dew monster got Damon Dittmer.
3rd and 4 for the Wildcats. Ball on the Missile 41-yard line. Dittmer out of the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, going to hand to Winner. Winner makes one man miss and going to pick up the first down, I believe. Gain about 5 yards. Caleb Sarber on the stop.
Yeah, great second effort there by George Winner.
First and 10 Wildcats. Ball on the Missiles 36. For 11 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Double tight end set. Shotgun formation. Dittmer loses the snap, but now he's got some room to run off the right side. His best gainer of the night. Sarber tracks him down after a gain of maybe 8.
Well, you sometimes see that, Kyle, when there's a little bit of a change, if you know, little delay where he's picking up that ball. It gives the guys a chance to block, and there was a nice little gateway down the right side for a nice gainer.
27-yard line where it's 2nd and 1.
Second down and 1. About a gain of 9 there for Winner. Ball on the Missiles 27-yard line. Shotgun formation once again for Dittmer. Gonna fake it to Winner. Gonna air it out, looking for Winner. No, he just overthrew him. He overthrew him. He had him. Joseph Winner open, but Dittmer overthrew him a touch, covered there by Mickelson.
Yeah, Winner had just that step needed, but boy, you have to really drop that one in a bucket, and he didn't quite get it into him there.
9:35 and counting. Milledgeville 48, River Ridge 0. Missiles be back home next week. And we'll play Peoria Quest next Friday night. River Ridge back at home as well next Friday as well versus the Amboy Clippers. Dittmer gonna run it here on 3rd and 1. Gonna have the first down, I believe, tackled by Sarber. Gain of about 4 maybe.
So is
3.
Quest the team that picked up the games that Aquin
Yes.
vacated when they?
Yep, that's a unique schedule there. That's why the Missiles have the unusual 6 home games this year, whereas Quest plays all their games on the road. So Missiles were supposed to go to Aquin in week 2, but they canceled their season due to low numbers, unable to co-op with Orangeville this year. So Quest joined this half the conference up here. So, but yeah, they play all their games on the road. That's not an easy task. It's going to be a reverse here to Winter. Winter's got some room to run. Going to be tripped up there by Shank. From the 23 down to where they're going to mark it here. About 18, 17-yard gain there for Winter. So 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Ball on the 6-yard line of the Missiles. 8. We approach the 8-minute mark here in this 4th quarter. Dittmer under center, gonna keep it to the left side, and he reaches in and he loses the ball loose, and looks like the Missiles are gonna recover. But Brian, boy, Dittmer tried to extend the ball, and instead he fumbles it into the end zone, and the Missiles recover it.
There'll be a touchback.
Maybe Spencer. I couldn't see who recovered it, and the Missiles gonna keep the shutout intact as they get a touchback. And boy, you just hate to see that there for River Ridge, Brian.
Oh yeah, what a terrible break there. He was reaching, I think, for the pylon, and somehow the ball came out. That was on the far side, kind of away from our view.
Timeout on the field. 7:30 to go here in the ball game. 48-0 Milledgeville on top. We'll be back in 30 seconds on your sports leader, WCCI. Welcome back here once again to Floyd Dobb Field here. Coming out of the timeout by River Ridge. Missiles will have it after the touchback, as River Ridge fumbles it at the 1-yard line. So not a safety, but just a touchback. As Morrison, a little bit of a surprise on Dodota, 40-0. Look out for the Mustangs here maybe this year. I'm trying to check some other scores around here as well. 7:31 to go in the Missiles offense.
And 1st down and 10 for the Missiles from their own 20.
52-18 South Beloit over Kirkland. That's a little bit of a surprise, as Kirkland was in the preseason top 10. Handoff for the Missiles here.
Ball carrier is Jaden Promenschenkel.
Jade Promenschenkel on the carry.
Tackle was by Ben Richmond and Joseph Winter.
Richmond
He's
and
3 in the play. It's now 2nd down.
Richmond and Winter on the stop here for the Wildcats. There's 62-0 Lee win on top of West Carroll. Polo 62-14. Fulton 18 forced and 8 at the half. That's a little bit mild surprise maybe. Up 10 at the half, as Promenschenkel going to have a nice run here. Gain of about 7.
Promenschenkel, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Ben Richmond and David Buck.
Gain of about 7. See if they may give him the first down or not.
Timeout.
Injury timeout here on the field. 6:38 to go in the ball game. We'll be back on your area sports leader WCCI after this 30-second timeout. Welcome back here to Floyd Dobb Field. Injury timeout. I think maybe another cramping issue here. David Buck for the Wildcats walking off under his own power, which is good to see here. The 1st and 10 for the Missiles. Ball on their own 30-yard line.
Got to see David's dad, Sean, earlier tonight. Every time I broadcast a game and Sean's there, he puts a nice little message on Facebook about me. So I guess I have to reciprocate with my airwaves here.
Looking for the Wildcats are a shorter player there. Now we're set to resume action.
Maybe it's a new sport, 7-man football.
There we go. Evan Shank in at quarterback. Gonna roll to his left and not sure if he was looking for Mickelson or Saunders, but pass falls incomplete.
He split the difference. He put it in between them.
He's 2nd and 10, 6:05 to go here in this 4th quarter.
We want to say hi to our good friend Marty Till over in Bellevue. He tunes in to each and every sporting event we do, always sends kind words, and he's listening over tonight in Bellevue, and we wish him well on this Friday.
2nd and 10, Shank under center, I formation behind him. Sarber and Promenschenko with a carry. Another nice gainer off the right side. As
tackle made by Andrew Barron.
Barron on the stop there.
Now 3rd down and 4 from the 36.
Andrew Barron on the stop. Gain of 6 there for Promenschenko. 3rd down and 4 for the Missiles. Looks like Sipperly in there at line, as well as 76, Jackson Skidmore, as well as Wyatt Miners in line with Mickelson and Saunders at tight end. Shank's going to be pressured and spun around in the backfield, and then going to have a face mask, I believe, on the Wildcats. Would have been 4th down for the Missiles, but we'll see what the penalty is.
Horse collar tackle.
Oh, a horse collar. I thought maybe horse collar tackle against the Wildcats. I believe that's a 15-yarder, Brian.
I believe you're right.
3rd penalty for 20 yards.
Yeah, it was good pressure that time by Seth Reese, but somebody got that tackle a little bit high.
Reese in there, as well as Zyler Carnahan in there for the Wildcats. So 3's at defensive end. And Shank pitches it to Promenschenko off the left side, and he's got room to run and going to be coming back, though. 46 is Promenschenko's going to take it to the end zone, but this one's coming back here. Flag early on this one off the left side as erase a 54-yard touchdown off the board for Promenschenko. As shot block against the Missiles will bring that one back. .356 and counting. I thought it was counting. The clock has stopped.
I guess penalties are the one of the things that can stop a running clock.
Is that what stops them? You never know what officials. Right. Some don't really stop it for anything when it reaches that.
Yeah, it's like a runaway train sometimes.
So 15-yard penalty there.
Well, the Missile sideline really erupted before they saw the flag. They were very happy there, but that's great. You're seeing young players getting out there, getting their shot.
Yeah, Promenschenko, a young freshman, looking promising there at the running back role. This is Sarber, the fullback, and he runs through a couple tackles there before being down. See who 81 and 63 here. Jerry Longmore and Andrew Barron. Their name on the radio here as well.
Now 2nd down and 12.
Gain of 8 there for Sarber.
Yeah, some of those young cats making the most of their first appearance in a varsity game.
His last score was 14-6, Galena on top of EPC. As Promenschenko's got some room down the right sideline. And he's going to pick up about 13-yard lines as the Missile sideline erupts as they love the young freshman putting his shoulder down over there, Brian. 13 more there for Braumanshinkel. You like to see that from your upperclassmen as well, cheering on.
Right.
From the sideline. It's some good team unity going on there. I formation for Schenck and the Missiles. Sarber and Braumanshinkel in the backfield. Hand it to Sarber up the middle. Sarber with another good push up the middle. The Missiles line doing here is good as well. Sarber going to have a gain of about 7, maybe 6 or 7 there. Call it 6 for Sarber. 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 36-yard line of the Wildcat. Schenck going to pitch it to Braumanshinkel off the left side. He's got some blockers in front. Going to be tackled down nicely, though, by number 80, Andrew Schock on the carry. Gets it down. Where are they going to mark it at? Gain of about 10 more there for Braumanshinkel. As we're inside 2 minutes now, 1:45 and counting in this one. As Schenck under center, I formation behind him. Schenck rolls out, gonna loft it and underthrew it, looking for Saunders.
Good coverage by Caden Bauer. I think he lost
I can't see what number that is. He read that from the get-go. He had his eyes on the quarterback, and if he did lose his footing, that's probably an interception.
Yeah, he was settling under it, and then he kind of slipped, but yeah, that was good coverage there.
So 2nd and 10 for the Missiles. 1 minute remaining here in the ball game. Missiles going to improve to 1-0 on the year. Shotgun formation for Schenck. Sarber in the backfield with him. Schenck going to keep it off the right side. Going to have room to run.
Evan Schenck, the ball carrier.
26 down to the final.
Brought down by Hamish Bowden. Now 1st and 10 for the Missiles.
1st and 10 for the Missiles.
From the 11.
The 11, 15 there for Schenck. It looks like the Missile is going to let the play clock. They don't even have to run a play, I do believe. Yep, the clock is lower than the play clock here. As that's going to do it here. Your final in this one. Milledgeville 48, River Ridge 6. It's just an impressive outing here tonight for the Missiles, Brian.
Yeah, very much so. A very impressive opening night win in a game that was closer for a while than the final score indicates, but once Milledgeville took control, they never let their foot off the gas, and they pick up a big win. For River Ridge, they have to regroup and get ready for Amboy. That's a tough task, but you know, Coach Nicholas will have his guys ready to go, and they'll learn a lot between tonight and next week once they look at the film and get back to practice and fix up some things.
Yep, absolutely. Impressive win for the Missiles, but like I said, River Ridge, brighter things are ahead for this team. I think they're going to get several wins here. They're going to be in contention for a playoff spot. But, yeah, great start for Coach Roble and the Missiles. There's a lot of new faces, but still a lot of talent on this Missile team. And should be an exciting year all year long for the Missiles, as they'll be back at home next Friday night right here at Floyd Dobb Field, 7 o'clock versus Peoria Quest, as River Ridge will host the number 1 ranked Amboy Clippers up in River Ridge next Friday night as well. I'll go over some stats here quickly. And the ball game first for the Wildcats, we had George Winter with 6 carries for 32 yards. Nicholas 3 for 11. Dittmar 12 carries for minus 24 yards. He was just 0 for 3 through the air, no completions. And for the Missiles here tonight, a lot of these stats in the first half for the Varsity, just in the first half here, as Johnson 7 carries for 28 yards. 11 carries for 62 yards with 3 touchdowns. Tom Smith, 8 carries for 27 yards. Spencer Nye, 8 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown. As well as he had a 54 yards for Spencer Nye and a touchdown. Braumanshinkel 5 for 39. Sarber 2 for 14 and Schenck 1 for 15 through the air. Connor Nye 9 for 14. with 2 touchdowns, 120 yards. Receiving, Johnson 33, Tom Smith 19, McKenna 36, Living Good 11, and Spencer Nye with 25 yards. So just dominating performance here, Brian. That's about all you can really say in this week 1 win, as said Milledgeville goes into Peoria Quest, and River Ridge has to regroup for a tough Amboy squad next week.
Yep, that's right. Very impressive win, and some spots that the Wildcats can take pride in. They never really gave up. They were fighting until that last snap. And as you say, this is a team that will win some games this year. They just have to put this one behind them, and I'm sure that's what Coach Nick is saying right now as he addresses his troops. And for Coach Roble, he says you got to keep working. It's not going to be this easy every night. You know, we took advantage of some breaks, and we just have to continue to play hard.
Yep, absolutely. So congratulations on the Missiles getting this win here by a score of 48-0, as the Missiles improved to 1-0. River Ridge falls to 0-1. Well, thank you for joining me here again tonight, Brian. Like I said, we don't get to do this very often together, but I appreciate you on the call here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. You do a great job, Kyle, and I know you get a chance to see the Missiles quite often, and I was in a situation that, we had our color commentators kind of unavailable tonight, so I said, hey, I'll sit in and head over there to see Kyle and Milledgeville and all the good folks here, and it's always great. I'd rather be here than sitting at home on a Friday night. That was my option, and I'm glad to be here. So.
Yep, I'll let you thank our board operator as well tonight.
Yes, Cohen Harrell did a nice job back there. Cohen, thank you. Great job. You'll hear from our sponsors as we close here, and don't forget, we have the Coaches Show tomorrow, 9 a.m. on your area sports leader. And something new this year, Kyle, you can check it out in our on-demand section. So if you miss it on Saturday morning, it'll be archived for you. You can listen to it at your leisure. So
yeah, even like a podcast maybe available too.
Yeah,
you can join that.
Yep,
Yes, that's a great new feature.
Yeah. I'd like to say I came up with it, but Beaver, it was kind of his idea. We kicked it around. We said, let's do it to give people a chance to see it again. Rather than to replay it like on Sunday, we just give you a chance to track it down whenever you'd like.
Yeah, that's great. So once again, your final from Milledgeville here. The Missiles 48, River Ridge 0. For Brian Roosh, I'm Kyle Leach. Thank you for listening, and have a great night.